Hi there and welcome back. Been a long time since I've actually sat down and had a little bit of a chat with you. I just thought I'd have a bit of a catch up. We're now into June, season's pretty much on the last furlough. Probably got about 3 or 4 weeks. I usually like to get them split up by the beginning of July, so it won't be long before I'm finished breeding. I banded number 65 today, 66, and I've got about 10 more youngsters and probably about 20 more fertile eggs. So it looks like I'll fill the 80 rings that I've got, might pass it, and looks like I'm gonna have to put a few 20 rings on from last year on some of the later bred ones, but I knew that was going to come. I sent for my rings really late and didn't get the amount that I normally send for, and I normally get 100. I usually get 100, and I didn't get them all. So anyway, I just thought I'd have a little bit of a catch up, show you what's been going up. A couple of youngsters I've showed you that you haven't seen, a couple that you have seen, a few of the things that I've added into the mix. But just like to say thank you for everybody who's took the time to subscribe. Please like, share, comment, and as I always ask all the time, if anybody's got anything they would like to talk about, just drop us a message or drop us a comment, because I'm running a bit short on content at the moment. This time of year is always the same. It's youngster season, nothing else. All the adults are in a mess, they're all trimmed up, starting to drop into the mould. Kind of just keep showing birds like that that's had feather on them a year, and youngsters are either starting to mould, trimmed, look a mess, or the ones that's in the nest. So to keep things a little bit different, if you want to add something to it, please just drop a line. Right, until next time, take care and see you later. We get a lot of problem this time of year in the UK with moths and flies as well, like so. This is nothing new. Everybody and everyone should know about things like this, but this is one of the fly killers that I can pick up from the pound shop or from B&M. Pound a tin. I usually pick a box up, and on a night time, especially on the summer nights, I like to wrap a bit of this about, keep the moths down. I do seem to have a lot of problems with moths where I live. Just thought I'd add that one in. Started weaning another batch of youngsters off yesterday, so this is batch 2. Now, very important this time when you're weaning them, I always like to spend three or 4 minutes watching, making sure that everybody's eating and drinking. Make a bit of racket when you put the corn in, so you know what's there. Same with the water, nice and high, nice and slow, like a nice splash. And what I'll do is I'll spend a lot of time here over the next week or so, making sure that all these is eating and drinking. I haven't trimmed them up yet. I went to do it yesterday and I couldn't find my scissors, so I'll do that today. But there's a couple in here I quite like. There's a few of the reds I quite like. There's a nice checker I like. There's a black. So a few more to be going at. We've banded over 60 now, so the season's not going too bad. Hopefully, I've only got 80 rings, but it looks like I'll fill them, and I'll probably end up having to put a few last year rings on a few of the late stragglers, but that's life. Dropping mad, as everybody knows. I can't repeat it enough. I play a lot of emphasis on droppings, so I always like to keep an eye on the droppings, exactly how you want to see them. Little perfect little marbles. Just thought I'd show you this one from the Andalusian pair that I've got together. I've been breeding a few Andalusians off them and an Andalusian Homozygous Indigo spread, but this is a first for me. I've never seen a one. I think this is the first time there's ever been one bred. Well, this is definitely the first one I've ever seen. This is a Homozygous Indigo bar. You can just see the bar just starting to come through there. Another week or so and it'll have 2 big brown stripes down here. So that's first in Bokharas as far as I'm aware. Just thought I'd show you this blue bar. I mean, I don't breed many blue bars, but I am working on bars. It's definitely a pattern and a colour in the breed that has been grossly overlooked. Like, I mean, yeah, they're just blue bars, and I agree, I know where you're coming from and everything, but still, it's nice to get all the colours, and it's nice to get the quality in the colours and all. This one's came out of, I never expected this. This has came from Thanos and the blue checker end that I've got in pair too. I didn't realise he carried bar. I didn't realise she carried bar either. But bar's buried in me birds. Over the last 25 years there's been about at least 3 or 4 blue bars have been used in me birds, so the bar gene does keep popping up. But I'm really looking forward to seeing this one molted out. It's pretty much got a lot of good points for it, a lot of good things going. Have decent muffs, its body. I don't know if you can see its rows, but I'll pull it around and have another look at its rows. Just pulled up there, but it's going to have a tidy old size rows on it as well. So it just goes to show, if you work, you do improve. This year is going to be quite a good year for mottles as well. I know I've said in the past about it seems to be turning a red year, but I've been working on the mottles again for the past 4 or 5 years, and the bird I started with compared to what I've got now is, it's amazing how quickly the qualities came back in them. Now, this one's from Thanos and the black mottled hen out the trio. But there's others. There's a black mottled hen, 2 black mottled hens that have been made onto me 2 best black cock birds, and they've produced quite a few youngsters as well. But this year will probably be a year where I upgrade the mottles, and a lot of the older mottles will go, and I'll push on with these younger ones. There's a lot to like about this. Classic colour in the breed. The last thing we want is for it to die out, and it's time it took its rightful place alongside the blacks. Just thought I'd give you a little update on this kite. Obviously this has only been kept around purely for its colour. There's still so much work to be done with these. But the bronzing on it is really nice. And boots, and the colouring in the boots, the bronzing in the boots from the Jacobin is unreal. Tiny head on it, but just going to have only got small rows on it, but I think there'll be a lot to do with its shilling mane. Whether this is true kite or if it's just bronzing that I've picked up from the Jacobins, I don't know, but either way it'll sure come in handy to improve the ground colour on almonds. Another 3 or 4 years something will pop out in almond and we'll think, yep, this goes back to this. So this is a F5 cross from a Jacobin that I got from out the Hebrides from David Graham, which he got from Norquoy. So this is an old school Jacobin, none of the modern Jacobin influence, all pure old English Jacobin or old Scottish Jacobin, whatever you want to call it. So this probably has blood that can go back 200 years. Just thought I'd show you this late bred blue hen from last year. This dark tea pattern checker. Having big massive problems with her. I just cannot get her to pair up. She's fresh as fire, but she will not pair up. I've had her in with 3 different cockbirds and I just can't get her to seem to bond with a single one of them. I've been trying her for a month with the D-Roy, so I thought, yeah, that would be great for the almonds. I just can't get her to do anything. I'm looking forward to seeing her molt this year. Get proper molt on her. I'll have the underbody on it, the thickness in the neck, shortness and depth in the wings, all the things I talk about all the time. She has it. I'd like to see her a little bit harder in the cup, in the shell, but I'll give her a chance to have an adult molt and then reassess her from there. but I think she's going to be a nice hen. Like, she's sister to the blue checker hen that I've got paired up to Thanos, and this is one of the hens I've kept back to go into that pairing as well. This hen will, although I am trying to run D-Roy and the almonds, this hen will go on to Thanos as well. Not this year, be next year now. I haven't bred many jacks. I think I've got about 7 or 8 now, and blacks is pretty much the most. I mean, I love the legs and the wings and the body on this one. Slightly mismarked. It's got a long way to go, right? But the one thing I do like on them is the feather quality, and also the hood settings and the hoods on them. I think this one, this might show this one, even though it's slightly mismarked on the head. I might get something out of this one. Difficult to see it when I'm on my own. I'll try and show the hood settings on them.